Welcome to 3rd Standard Science, Term 3. Children, in this video, we are going to revise the topic, our environment. Our environment, Unit 1. What is environment? The surroundings or space in which a person, animal or plant lives is known as an environment. What is environment? The surroundings or space in which a person, animal or plant lives is known as an environment. Next, let's move on to the next topic, environmental factors. What is environmental factors? Our environment consists of everything around us. It has living things and non-living things. Our environment consists of everything around us. It has living things and non-living things. Children, environment is everything that is around us. It can have both living things and non-living things. Okay children, now let's see some examples of living things. Plants and animals are the examples of living things. Next, now let's see some examples of non-living things. Water, sunlight, air and land. So these are the examples of non-living things. Children, our environment has two main factors. They are biotic factors and abiotic factors. Our environment has two main factors. They are biotic factors and abiotic factors. Okay children, first let's see biotic factors. Biotic factors. Living organisms in our environment are called biotic factors. I will repeat this. Living organisms in our environment are called biotic factors. For example, lion, tree, dove and human beings. So these are the examples of biotic factors. Next, abiotic factors. Non-living things in our environment are called abiotic factors. Non-living things in our environment are called abiotic factors. For example, air, soil, water and sunlight. So, these are the examples of abiotic factors. Next, let's see the difference between biotic factors and abiotic factors. Let's see biotic factors and abiotic factors. In biotic factors, they can breathe and grow. In abiotic factors, they cannot breathe and grow. In biotic factors, they need food to live. In abiotic factors, they do not need food to live. And then in biotic factors, they can feel. In abiotic factors, they cannot feel. In biotic factors, they give birth to young ones. In abiotic factors, they do not give birth to young ones. Children, I will repeat this. Biotic factors, abiotic factors. They can breathe and grow. They cannot breathe and grow. They need food to live. They do not need food to live. They can feel. They cannot feel. They give birth to young ones. They do not give birth to young ones. Next, let's see the interaction between biotic and abiotic factors. See children, all biotic factors depend upon abiotic factors for their living. Biotic and abiotic factors are linked to each other by the flow of energy through food. Plants are the most important among all the living organisms because they only can make food from abiotic factors like air, soil, water and sunlight. Okay children, now let's see some examples for interaction between biotic and abiotic factors. Children, see, plant is a biotic factor. It has interacted with abiotic factors such as air, soil, water and sunlight. Next, see the picture children. Human being is a biotic factors who interacts with both biotic and abiotic factors, that is plants, water, air, animals and sunlight. Next, let's move on to the next topic, balanced ecosystem. First, let's see what is an ecosystem. Ecosystem is a community of living and non-living things that work together. Each part of an ecosystem has a role to play. Any changes in the environment such as increased temperature or heavy rain can have a big impact on an ecosystem. See, a balanced ecosystem supports animals, plants and microorganisms to grow in the environment. An ecosystem is balanced with the biotic and abiotic factors are able to cycle the energy and food as per their need. Children, biotic factors in an ecosystem divided into three types: producers, consumers and decomposers. Biotic factors in an ecosystem divided into three types: producers, consumers and decomposers. First, let's see producers. What is producers? The living things that can prepare their own food are called producers. The living things that can prepare their own food are called producers. For example, green plants. Green plants are the producers. They make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Hence, they are called primary producers. Hence, they are called primary producers. Children, humans and animals depends on plants for their food. Humans and animals depend on plants for their food. Children, do you know a few plants do not produce their food? A few plants do not produce their food and they depend on other plants. They depend on other plants. They are called parasitic plants. They are called parasitic plants. Example, Cuscuta. Next, let's see consumers. What is consumers? The living things that eat the food prepared by the producers are called consumers. Children, I will repeat this. The living things that eat the food prepared by the producers are called consumers. Most of the living things depend directly or indirectly on producers for the food. Children, consumers are divided into three types. They are herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. Consumers are divided into three types. They are herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. Let's see one by one. First, let's see herbivores. Herbivores, animals which eat plants or plant products are called herbivores. Animals which eat plants or plant products are called herbivores. For example, cattle, deer, goat, and rat. So these are the examples of herbivores. Next, carnivores. Carnivores, animals that eat other animals are called carnivores. Animals that eat other animals are called carnivores. For example, lion, tiger and frog. So these are the examples of carnivores. Next, omnivores. Animals that eat both plants and animals are called omnivores. Animals that eat both plants and animals are called omnivores. Humans and dog are the examples of omnivores. Next, decomposers. Decomposers, organisms that feed on the waste, dead plants and animals are called decomposers. They return the nutrients to the soil. Organisms that feed on the waste, dead plants and animals are called decomposers. They return the nutrients to the soil. Bacteria and fungi are the examples of decomposers. Next, let's move on to the next topic, plant sapling. Children, what are saplings? A young plant with a thin stem is known as a saplings. What are saplings? A young plant with a thin stem is known as a saplings. Now let's see the benefits of plants. Plants provide food and shelter to living things and absorb harmful gases and smoke from the surroundings. Next, give wood for making furniture and offer a good environment to live and help in bringing rainfall. The next, provide oxygen for breathing. So children, survival of living things is impossible without plants. Planting and taking care of plants lead to a good environment. Okay children, now we came to an end of the session. So maintain a separate notebook for science. If you have any doubt, make a note of it. It will be clarified on the day of reopening. Next, choose the correct answer. First one, which of these is an example for biotic factor? Water, goat and air. The answer is goat. Second one, our environment is surrounded by dash. Biotic factors, abiotic factors and both biotic and abiotic factors. The answer is both biotic and abiotic factors. Third one, human beings depends on dash for their food. Plants, soil and wood. The answer is plants. Fourth one, dash are the primary producers. Non-green plants, green plants and dry leaves. The answer is green plants. Fifth one, which is an example for decomposer? Mango tree, bacteria and deer. The answer is bacteria. Next, let's see, fill in the blanks. First one, dash is a consumer. Cow or soil. The answer is cow. Second one, a young plants known as dash. Tree or sapling. The answer is sapling. Third one, planting of sapling provides dash, oxygen or land. The answer is oxygen. Fourth one, consumers can be classified into dash types, 4 or 3. The answer is 3. Fifth one, dash get food from dead plants and animals, decomposes or produces. The answer is decomposes.